Hi everyone, in this video I will introduce about the ancient house. First I will tell about the history of the house and the US in different period. The traditional house was built in 19th century. The shopkeeper lived there successfully until 1945. People mention that the owner bought it from Chinese people in 1954. The government Vietnam divided into the North and the South. The North Vietnam followed the common economy, no business sector, no private sector. So the owner can do business, and then they moved to the South Vietnam, and they leave the house, and that's why the government requisition this house. And second, I will tell about the house architecture feature. The house in the old quarter is quite narrow because under the Nguyen dynasty, tax was imposed based on the width of the houses, and the owner want to reduce tax, so they build a kind of narrow house, but they still need enough space for using, and they need to expand the back. They need to expand the back of the house naturally. And if the house was narrow and deep, so it would be dark inside and stuffy without the sky. So people design the sky well to make the house brighter and get the air. And the house in the old quarter had combination between Vietnamese architecture and French architecture. The Vietnamese architecture, as you can see, all the wooden furniture, horizontal board, and the roof, all Vietnamese architecture. And French architecture, as you can see, the paint color, it's yellow. When French people stay here, they found that Hanoi was a tropical climate, and it has easy good condition for moss to grow. It would be dirty, and but when it grow on the yellow background, it make ancient it, and it's more beautiful. That's why they choose this color. And you can see at that time, in French, they often use this color to paint house. And next I will talk about the meaning of dorsal. The meaning of dorsal, as you can see, it can defend from the thief, and it can prevent from the flood water, because you can see the dorsal was built higher than the road, and moreover, when we step over the dorsal, we have to bow our head like we are getting the horse. In addition to it, it can prevent some wild animals from entering the house, like snake, and it also keep the atmosphere inside. Then I will present about the kitchen. This area quite important to Vietnamese people. It it is a way keep the happiness and the warmth in the family. The woman often cooks and teach her daughter how to daughter some cooking skills and how to take care of the family, and some tradition to the next generation. And we often gather together together in the kitchen. We cook, we eat, we say some stories. That's good for strengthening the connection among the family member. And over the meals, parents often teach their children how to live well, how to work good, how to work well, and it's popular in Vietnam. And you can see the kitchen cupboard. It contains the bowl, chopstick, and some kitchen tools. And finally, I will tell about the relationship. The relationship. Finally, I will tell about the ancestor worship. We worship at our ancestor because we believe in afterlife. It had existed long before the Chinese people came here, and almost thousands years ago, our ancestors already had the idea of the afterlife and bury the dead one. When the people die, they are not died. They just go to another world, and they just go, and in that world they need to something to enjoy, to use, and the living people want to send them something. And in family, we want to worship ancestor all the best thing and the delicious thing. First we invited ancestor come back home and enjoy the offerings. And the second, we ask some protection from our ancestor. We often do it on the first and the middle of the lunar month. You can see fruit remind the labor. It means that if you want to achieve something in life, you have to hard work, you have to make effort to get good result like fruits. And you can see flower is beautiful. We want to offer to our ancestor. However, it have a simple life. Impermanent. Today is beautiful. Tomorrow is a fade away. It remind to cherish everything we have at the moment in life. Continue. I will talk about the coffee in Vietnam and coffee. In 19th century, the French preachers came to Vietnam. They brought coffee bean to Vietnam. The first place that planted in Nam Định, Hà Nam, Thái Bình, but it's not good. But this area didn't have good vision for coffee tree to grow, and they brought the coffee bean to the central highland of Vietnam, and that have good condition to grow, and that's why the central highland of Vietnam become the coffee kingdom in Vietnam. And do you know why? And do you know the difference between the coffee Vietnam and coffee in the world? Yeah, coffee in Vietnam is the Robusta. It's stronger, bitter, and it contains 3% caffeine. And coffee, the most popular in the world is the Arabica. Arabica has only contain 1.5% to 1.6% caffeine. So because people in the world often like use the Arabica, and that's why the price coffee bean in Vietnam much cheaper. And coffee Giang coffee is famous coffee, and it was invented by Vietnamese people, by Mr. Giang. And to make a egg coffee, we need some ingredients like egg, condensed milk, coffee, and hot water, and pure vanilla extract. And we